Hello and welcome to another video, and today, as you can see, we're doing something a little different. We're doing a tutorial today of how to mod Motogp 18, so just like skins. So today we're gonna make a bike skin, and we're gonna make a rider skin, and we're gonna show you how to extract the files, edit them, re-import them, and view them in game. Obviously, if you prefer a text tutorial, go to the link here. It'll be in the description, so you don't have to type it all out. And there's a really nice detailed text tutorial. It's fairly easy to follow. I mean, I know some people have struggled. I made a mistake the first time, but that's just because I'm stupid. I didn't really read it correctly. I just went to content instead of this, but we'll get to that later. Obviously, I know some people aren't native English speakers, so they prefer to watch a video so they can sort of just copy what's going on the screen. So I'll put all the links to everything you need in the description, but we'll quickly go over it. So you're going to need the Motogp 18 modding tools, obviously once again from Race Department. It just sort of contains some software and kind of the general layout of how you need everything. You're going to need something like WinRAR or 7-zip. I'm assuming most people have this already, but if you don't, I'll leave a link to WinRAR in the description because that's what I use personally. Just to extract the files. You're also going to need the Epic Games launcher. That'll become apparent in a minute, since I'll quickly explain why you need it. Epic Games make Unreal Engine, so that's why you need it to get the Unreal Engine editor. And you're also going to need Python 2.7, or Python 2.7, however you pronounce it. Not sure if other versions work. They probably will, but you're told to use 2.7 in the tutorial. And I know I use that, it works, so that's what I'll go with. I'll stay with what's familiar. So once you've downloaded everything you need and installed everything, like you'll have to install Epic Games Launcher. I'm not going to go through how to do that because I've already done it, so that's just going to be, I might get issues. So you're going to want to open up your Motogp 18 modding tools in WinRAR or 7-zip, and you're going to want to extract them to somewhere. I'm obviously doing it to this tutorial folder here, so we're just going to open it up, just extract these two folders here. See, there you go, it's extracted. So now we can close this modding tools, we don't need it anymore, because everything we need are in these two folders. And the next thing you're probably going to want to do is get Unreal Engine Editor, since that you'll need it, so may as well get in now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your Epic Games launcher. If you haven't already got an account, you need to make one. If you already have, you've got to sign in. And then you should be on this page here. It'll probably be, it'll look like this probably. You'll be on community, you just need to go to library. It'll say engine versions here. You're going to want to press plus and then add the newest version. I've not got the newest version at the minute because I haven't installed it, but I will be at some point. And the newest version is 4.20. At the minute I've got 4.919, but it doesn't, you just get the newest version anyway. But obviously this version works. But yeah, so once you've installed that, I made a link to mine on the desktop so it's easier to get to. So the first thing you're going to do, once now you've installed Unreal Engine Editor and Python, everything, you're going to want to go to export folder from the modding tools that you've extracted, and you have two text files here. This one is just kind of who made the program and stuff, and probably just some tips about it. Then this one, path. This tells you where your Motogp 18 will be installed. So for most people, it'll be C program files x86, Steam apps, common Motogp 18. Obviously, if you haven't installed it in the normal place, you'll know where that is. Probably most people know where they've installed the games, especially if you've been modding in the past. It's exactly the same location as Motogp 17, just Motogp 18 instead. So if you want to just get this quickly, just copy it, and then you just click this bar here and then paste it, and you can press this arrow to go to it. But you don't need to go to it yet. This you'll see why you need this. So just copy it from this text document and just close it. Then you're going to want to open new model.exe here. It'll take a second to load, but it shouldn't take too long. And then now you'll see path to game files. You're going to want to paste in this path from the text document. And then click down here where it says platform. It'll be on auto, change it to PC, and then press OK. If I can actually click the button right. Right, that should load up to this. So first things first, we're obviously going to want to extract the files we need. So today we're going to, I said we were going to do a suit and, actually I think we'll do a suit, a helmet and a bike, because that's just vehicles. So yeah, so sorry, we go back to assets. So you're going to be hovering over this assets, you want to double click it, and then double click graphics, and then here's kind of where like all the graphic-y stuff is stored. That's not really a good way, but if you want to get to vehicles, well, to the bikes, you go to vehicles, bikes, and then obviously here are all the bikes. So bike 040 and bike 01. So there's like 40 bikes then. Well, there's obviously some numbers missing, but see, today I think we'll do, who should we mod? I think we can mod, just trying to think who to do really. We'll do Lorenzo, we'll do Lorenzo's bike. Lorenzo's bike 010, so what you have to do is you click that on bike 010 and then you go to textures, and you see all the textures in here for like the whole bike. So you'll see stuff like brake, cockpit. What you need to do is just double click the one that you want, which is the livery underscore D. Double click it. Oh, okay. If this ever comes up, just click the drop down and go to 4.19 and then press OK. I'm not sure why that came up, because this isn't even a modded texture, so I'm not sure. That usually only comes up on modded textures, although it does sometimes come up on regular ones. So if that happens, that's all you got to do. So actually, I'm quite glad that came up, because it won't come up every time, but you know, just in case it ever comes up, that's all you have to do. So now to extract it, you go Tools, then Extract Current Object. That's all you got to do. And you will see in this export folder from earlier, you'll see a new folder's just been made called UModel Export. You're going to click it, and then you see the same file structure is made as we just navigated through this program, and you'll see there'll be a TGA file. So yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, you'll need some sort of software to obviously mod the skins, but I'll leave a link to paint.net in the description. You can use like Photoshop or GIMP, or you can probably actually use regular paint, but I wouldn't recommend it, because there's not really a lot you can do. But obviously if you're skinning, you probably already have some sort of software, but if you don't, I'll leave paint.net in the description for you. It's really good, I use it. So what you're going to want to do is probably move it, so like move it somewhere else, just to make it easier. So go back to the initial like tutorial folder or wherever you put in your things. Just make a folder called textures. You don't have to do this, it just makes it easier to kind of remember where everything is. And then go back to it, and then you're just going to right click it, press cut, then go to that textures file, and then paste, and you've moved it now. Right, so the next thing we're going to want is probably we'll do Lorenzo again. So you're going to want obviously the helmet or the suit next. So if we go back to the assets / graphics here, so assets, graphics, you want to go to characters, riders, racing, and then you obviously see helmets and suits. So helmets, each of one of these folders has a different helmet model. So like Zarco and Lorenzo and Oliveira like stored together because they've all got the same helmet. If that makes any sense. So the helmets aren't just stored within the categories anymore. They're stored within the helmet models. So I don't remember. I think so. 37. Yes, I guessed right. That's lucky. Actually no, I don't think it is it? No, this is AGV because that's me. Yes, so yeah, if you want to check which helmet model it is, just open on the textures like we did earlier. And you'll see obviously AGV there, so you know this one's AGV. I think it's 036, isn't it? Yes, because this is Jorge Lorenzo here. If you're wondering how I just know what some of the riders' numbers are. And I sometimes get mixed up with which one's Lorenzo's is. But yeah, so if you want to obviously check, you just double click the helmets to open it, and textures, and then just double click the texture just to find out like which texture it is, so you're extracting the right one. So Obviously, same process as before. Just tools, export current object, and we'll move it in a minute, but we'll just export the suit first. So what we'll do next is go back to racing here, and then suits, and then you'll see all the numbers here, and we know that Lorenzo is 818. Obviously, again, if you don't know what your rider's number is, trial and error, or if they haven't actually changed from like Motogp to Moto2 or whatever, they will have the same one as Motogp 17. So if you knew what it was on 17, so for example, Lorenzo was 818 on 17 as well. Same with like Rossi, you'll have the same one in Viñales. Here we are, we've opened it. So once again, just export current object, and now we'll move them into the textures file. So we go to export, you will export. If any of this confuses you, just feel free to comment and ask me. I'll be happy to help anybody out. Do read the comments first though. If someone else got the same problem, it's not really good if I keep having to answer the same one. So do try and see if anyone else has the same problem as you. Suits. Yeah. And then we'll move this to the textures file too. Boom. So all three of them move now. So you can open them up in Paint.net or whatever program you choose. For me, I'm using Paint.net, so it'll take a minute. So there you go, it's opening up now. And you probably will have noticed from the previews as well, but obviously the models are the same as last year. The riders and the helmets and the suits and the boots as well. But obviously we're not doing a boot in this video just because no one really makes many custom boots really, or really gloves. It's more the suit. But yeah, they are the same as they have been for the last few years. Obviously, it's the same shark helmet from GP17. So yeah, I'll quickly make up some textures, and then we can import them. Well, then we'll import them back into the game. Right. So we've made the textures now. Obviously, if you need to make them and then save them. Make sure that you've saved them, otherwise it won't work very well. So now what you're going to want to do is open Unreal Editor. So obviously, where you installed it to earlier, you're gonna want to open it. So obviously mine's on my desktop here, so you want to open Unreal Editor. Obviously what we installed earlier, wasn't it? So just wait for it to load. Oh, you can see it's loading up my most recent project. So won't do this for you unless you've already made one, but then you wouldn't be following this tutorial really, I don't think. Well, I suppose actually if you used Unreal Engine for a different game, but then I don't know. But yeah, you can see obviously the catty wing. It's just something I was messing with, trying to just. In fact, I'm not going to really go into details because it might confuse you, because obviously it doesn't actually cover what's in this. So I'll show you what I'll load up for you when you open yours for the first time. So it'll look like this, and you'll have some blank in the background. So you'll see here it'll say new project, and you got to just pick sort of which one you're gonna do. Sorry, you don't pick which one you're gonna do. So you click blank, and then you're gonna choose your location. So what you do here to choose your location of where you're gonna put your Unreal project, you're gonna press these three little dots here, and then navigate to that tutorial folder. So for me, or wherever you making your mod. So for me, that's desktop tutorial. And then what I like to do is make an Unreal project folder. It is, again, you don't have to do this, of course, but it makes it easier to, like, it makes it just everything cleaner. It makes it easier to keep track of stuff. I just like to keep it all nice and neat. It can get pretty messy when you're working with stuff like this, and then you got to give it a name as well. And it can't have spaces in it. You have to use underscores, or just don't do a space. I'm just going to call my tutorial, create project, and it'll close, and then it'll open up again in a second, the new project. Yours might look slightly different if you're doing this, like, let's say a few months later, or maybe even for like Motogp 19, because I'm assuming this process will probably work. Obviously this process isn't like just for Motogp 18. I guess it would work with other games, but like it'll probably work with the MXGP games, I'm assuming, but I don't know. So this is just for Motogp 18. If anything changes for the next game, I'll definitely make another tutorial, so don't worry about that. Right, so we're on here now, and what you want to do, just the first thing you want to do is click this folder that says Start Content, right click, and then delete. Then it's going to say delete folder /game/start content ? Delete. And then it'll take a minute, because you can see in this screen there's a lot of stuff in that starter content. All those models, all the lighting, all the textures. Not sure why they even give you this, to be honest. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, you do have to do this every time you make a new project. You have to, but it doesn't take too long. It takes like a minute, so it's not bad. But I don't even know whether they bother. Like the blank one you pick should be blank. See, deleting assets now. Once I get to 100%, everything on here should go black. Clearing up old assets, or cleaning up. 99%, 100% now. Still doing it though. There you go, it's gone. Sometimes this folder won't disappear. You just have to delete it again, and it will actually disappear now. So what you're going to do is get your textures from earlier, select them all, just drag them into here. It's pretty simple. Take a minute, say importing, and you see now they're all imported in here. If you double click any of them, you can see, make sure that they've imported or it's the right file. Obviously, see you can. And the next thing you want to do is file, save all. It'll save it. Make sure everything's saved, and then be careful with this bit. You gotta go file and then cook content for Windows, and then you just gotta wait a minute. See, it's cooking content for Windows, and then it'll tell you when it's complete. It shouldn't take too long with like 3 assets like this, but obviously if you were doing something a bit more maybe in depth, then see, look, cooking complete is already done. So next thing you want to do is minimize this, or you can close it, whatever. And now you're going to want to go to the import in-game bit. You can see in here there's a few different things. There's a Python script, a DLL, a text document, and a folder. You open a text document, and this is the command you're going to have to type in a minute. So we'll ignore that for now. You see this Motogp 18, and then content. You need to recreate the file structure of where you got the textures from. So these textures, the way we got to them in UModel here. So for the suit, it's if we go back, it's assets, characters, riders, racing, and then suit 818, and then textures. But yes, you can make a folder for each of those, but if you've kept it from before in the export here, you can just copy this bit that says assets, and as you saw earlier when we extracted, it used the same file structure. It does the same here as well. So there you go. So now you've got all the folders made for you. Obviously if you deleted it earlier, then it's not going to work out for you, but now go to the corresponding bit. So for the helmet, we'll go to this bit. So asset, graphics, characters, riders, racing, helmet 036, and then textures. And we're going to want to open up like another window, so just double click the folder again. So now we've got 2. You want to go to your Unreal project. So this is probably what it would be like for you. So you click it, and you'll see you want to go to saved, cooked, Windows No Editor, or the name of your project again, content, then you'll see everything here. So you're going to want to select the three folders and just drag them across like this. Now you're going to want to go to the next one. The next one will be the suit, so riders, racing, suits. So you want to go to assets, graphics, characters, riders, racing, suits, suit 818, textures, or Obviously not Suit 818 if you're not doing Lorenzo. And again, just drag them across. Make sure you drag all 3 of the files. So the asset, the UAsset, the UBulk, and the UEXP. You need to make sure you have all 3, otherwise it will not work correctly in game. And then the other one was graphics, vehicles, bikes, bike 010, textures. Drag this livery 010 here. So now, there you go. So you can close this other window here, the one that you're dragging these folders from, files, sorry. And you're going to want to go back to the root of the import to game, and you're going to want to make sure you've not got anything selected. You're going to press Control Shift, and you're going to right click and open PowerShell window here. If you're using an older version of Windows, so if you're not using Windows 10, it'll probably say open command window here. It's the same thing. So you're just going to click it. And this can seem quite daunting, especially if you're not that tech savvy with computers, but don't worry. If you just do what you're supposed to do, you won't do any harm to your computer. So you're going to open this file here, the one that had the one called repackcommand.txt from the importing game bit. And you're just going to copy this here, copy this command, and you're going to paste it in here. And now, you may get this error here, right? I always get this error. And to fix this error, you just do, you type dot, backslash, and then you paste in the command. You can just right click to paste in the command, by the way, and then press enter, and you'll see that little command window open for a split second, and that's it, done there. You can see you've got a new pack folder here, or pack file here, and you can you need to keep this bit here all the same. You can change this X to whatever you want, so we'll change it to tutorial. And now the last thing you need to do is you need to go to where your Motogp 18 is installed. Now if you're not sure, you go to Steam, go to your library, right click, and then browse local files, I think that's what you have to do. Something like that. But obviously it should be this from earlier. It's the same thing. Sorry, crap, wrong file. It'll be this from earlier again. So again, open up a new Explorer window and just paste the path in here from this path.txt from earlier. Then press this little arrow, like I said to do earlier. You'll see the Motogp 18 folder here. Now on this window, go back to the importing game section, and then you'll see this pack on the Motogp 18 thing. You need to go Motogp 18 content packs, and then what you're going to do is you're going to copy this here, right click copy, and then you're going to click here, right click paste. Oh, yeah, sorry, I've got a mod here that I was trying to delete there, so don't worry about it. Now you can close UModel if you want. You can close all these if you want now, you don't need them anymore, the two Unreal things. I'll just delete that file because I don't need it. Sorry. I didn't realise I had a mod on still. So now you just need to run your game. Right, so once your game is loaded up, you can obviously just go on it as normal. And you're going to go to, well, just go to like quick mode or time tap, whatever, and then you're just going to view the rider that you've modded. So in our case it's Lorenzo, but you might have even done your custom rider, which you can do. Here we are. So as you can see, it's got the number 9, it's got the Repsol Honda, and it's got the Repsol helmet. So yeah, that's it, that's all you've got to do. It's fairly basic, really. I mean, that's just basic skinning. It's not really a lot else we can do at the minute, to be honest. Obviously you can change UI things, but it's literally the same as the skins. So that's what most people are interested in, the skins. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, or it's helped you out in some way. If it has helped you out, please leave a like. It really helps me out. It's, you know, just helping each other out kind of thing. If you see anybody like on any forum, doesn't have to be race department or anything like that, they're struggling with Motogp modding, feel free to send them this video. And again, as I said earlier on, if you're having any trouble with this, if I've been unclear in anything, which I probably have, I'm not the best explainer, don't hesitate to comment. Obviously do check the comments first, make sure no one else has already put what you want to ask, because I probably have already answered it. I'll try to get back to people as quick as I can. I live in the UK, so sometimes when you're texting me a message, like commenting in the day, might be night for me, so I might not be able to reply for a couple hours. But yeah, well, that's it. Happy modding, everybody.